fine day here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the QC, and I'm so glad to see it as always. I hope everyone is well, enjoying this day, able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day the Most High has given us. I went out earlier, which I like to do. I go out back and sip on my coffee and just have my study outside. It was so nice. The sun was real warm on my skin. So nice. But as always, I did have a thought I wanted to share, and I'm so excited about this thought today because it comes from the Most High comforting me and a word He gave me overnight after my prayers to Him. I was concerned about my next move, about what I should do, whether I should invest in this or not invest in this, or whether I should make this move or not make this move. So once I had that thought, the Most High gave me, well, He actually told me, I'm going to provide for you like I provided for Elijah. Beside the brook, being fed by the ravens. So I said, okay, well, let me look that up. And once I looked it up, I saw that the way I looked it up, it not only gave the story about Him being provided for beside the brook, but it also included the story about the widow where they was about to eat their last meal and die. But Elijah asked her to cook the last food for him and give him some water. And basically she did it on faith and she was provided for. But as I was just speaking, the Most High was like, you make preparations for what you're inquiring from me about, I'll bless it. So that's a blessing here right now also. But what He told me, He was like I said, He said, I'll provide for you like I provided for Elijah by the brook with the ravens feeding him. And I heard a fella say before that he was actually feeding Elijah with the food off the king's table. But that's no need to go all into that, but that was a good idea also that just came back to me. But I do want to go on and get to the meat of what He gave me. And that's in 3 words, the 3 P's. He said, I'm going to provide for you. No, He said, I'm going to protect you. I'm going to provide for you. And I'm going to give you power. So He said, protection, provision, and then the power. And after that, I really got excited because of my word for yesterday, and it was debauch, if I'm not mistaken, but it's going across the screen now, and I'm gonna read the meaning of it. It's debauch. Cause to emerge, to march out into open ground. Emerge, issue. And emerge means to move out of, away from something and come into view. And it also means discharge, to release from confinement, certification of release or payment produced. Pardon me for going slow, waiting on my app to catch up. It's running slow. And debauch meant to act or an instance of marching from a narrow, confined area into the open. And the script I got was they prevented is my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. Yahuwah rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanliness of my hands hath he recompensed me. And that was Psalms 18 through 20. So to sum up all these thoughts and the scripts that he gave me, I would basically say that the Most High is ready to take us out and into our spacious place. But we must accompany our obedience with praise. And I guess you would say, the way to go on out into our spacious place is by being obedient, continuing to be obedient to not only the call he has on our life, but what he's calling us to do daily. Which I always say, all day, every day. Listening to the Ruach and following his instructions. Just like Yahusha did. He said, only hear and do what my Father says and do. So if he didn't hear it and see it in his spirit, he didn't do it. And see, that's how he lived a perfect life, without sin, without spot or wrinkle, the perfect sacrifice. And once we start doing that, we'll start seeing the Most High not only protecting us, but giving us provisions and the power to do what we're called to do. And like the text said, after the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, the Holy Spirit comes upon you, you will be given power. But what is that power for? It's to be witnesses to all our brothers and sisters, letting them know that now is the appointed time to enter the kingdom. Now is the time to come out from amongst them and be separated, and to live the righteous life, to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High has written on our hearts. Or should I say, is writing upon our hearts. But that's going to be my time. I was so excited about protection, provision, and power. Thought for the day, and that word for the day, coming out of a straight place into an open place. Debauch, sending out. And the thought was concerning prayers that I made to him about investment I want to make, or one that I shouldn't make. You know, I was inquiring of him like David did before he went out to war. And see, with us facing the world that we face today, we must carry the Most High with us and his orders, his directionings. So I'm learning that lesson. And it hasn't been too hard because of my past folly and not including him, and my past knocks against the head, bumps upside my head. But anywho, he told me, he said, I'm gonna provide for you like I provided for Elijah by the brook. So I said, let me look that up. So as I looked that up, the Most High showed me not only that story, but he gave me the story about the widow woman who had come to her last and heard her son was going to eat their final meal and then die. She told Elijah she was going to do. But Elijah, out of faith in what the Most High told him, he asked the woman to feed him first, that last meal. And out of faith, from what the Most High told her, I'm sure he told her in her heart, because the Most High don't lie. He said he commanded the widow woman to provide for him. So when Elijah got there, it was a step of faith, even approaching her for continuing with his conversation after she said that she only had such and such to feed her child and her, and they were going to die. But see, Elijah saw the Most High as being faithful. And Elijah knew he could take the Most High at his word. So he asked the woman to go on and feed him, and the story goes she fed him, where she only did what he told her to do, and they ate. And there was provisions that was made thereafter until it rained again. The Most High, like I said, he told the widow woman to provide for him in her heart, I'm sure. And then when it was easier for her, when she saw Elijah, to go ahead and give him the cakes, give him the food that she was going to prepare for herself. And I'm sure she got to the point where we are a lot of times. The Most High tell us to do something and we do it, or we're waiting on what he told us to do to develop so we can do what he tell us to do. And a lot of times we're waiting on other people, like she was. So it's not really the Most High's fault. He waiting on people to do what he asked them to do. So we get caught up in the crossfire sometime, waiting on the Most High and other people to do what he asked them to do. But that's part of our faith. So she was waiting, and once Elijah got there, he had to trust the Most High that he was still walking in his perfect plan. Because I hear preachers and teachers teach on this a lot, asking why would he ask that widow woman to feed him if she ain't really have provisions but for herself. And the story always ending the same, by faith. But I just wanted to share this quick thought today. I already did a prior video with the meat of my thought for today. But I just wanted to remind us of those three words: provision. No, it was protection, provision, and power. The Most High gives us protection, then he gives us provision, and then he gives us the power. And like I said in the prior video, the text says after the Holy Spirit, or the Ruach Ha'Qodesh, comes upon you, you shall receive power, and then you shall be witnesses. But first he got to get you into the fold and protect you while he teach you, which is provision. While he's teaching you, he's providing for you, and then he send you out with power. It is so good to be able to get out here and walk and ride my bike again. Like I always allude to, my testimony, I can't get around it because it's so good that the Most High gave me another chance and to give me a testimony. But there was days I would lay in that bed in the hospital and look out at the bright sunshine and see other people moving and hustling, doing their thing. And I just got a sickening feeling on the inside, longing to be back out there. Because our Father always made sure we were active. He kept us in every sport that was coming around that season, year round, except soccer and lacrosse and those things like that. But he kept us on the baseball field, the football field, and the basketball court. And now I have what you might call muscle memory, to where I can't forget that burn, I guess you would say. But it's so good to be able to get out and move and have my being through the Most High, as the script says. And for the word of the day that he's given me, this is what has been going on in my life. His protection, his provision, and his power being shown in my life. And my wife and I went out yesterday and volunteered to do some work for the homeless through our newfound assembly and family or tribe, the Restoration Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the reason I'm bringing this up is not to brag that we went out and volunteered, but for the simple fact to give a foundation to this testimony, the story I'm about to tell. But in this process, we had people coming from all over North Carolina, basically, as well as people here in the Charlotte metropolitan area. But the reason I'm bringing this up is I met a young fellow, and I call everybody young. Not that I'm older than him or he's older than me, or that I'm too much older than him, or if he's too much older than I am. But he walks in the truth. And as he began to share his testimony, I not only gained strength from his testimony, but I also gained wisdom for the Most High telling me, from the Most High telling me, or showing me the value of sharing my testimony. And when I don't, the harm it may cause. Because I didn't know this about this brother, that he had been in quite a few surgeries, that he had his dealings with doctors, which is never positive for us folks, in my estimation. On the whole. Because I believe once they get you right in one area, they're simultaneously affecting another area negatively. Just like I found out that a pill that was prescribed to me for my heart, there was proven studies found that it was bad for my heart. But what was so amazing is he had a great testimony. And that's what I'm alluding to. The value of having a great testimony and the need of it. Because as the Most High told me, you need something that will catch people's attention. And see, that's why now I'm not even ashamed, of my limp anymore. Because like I tell my wife now, That's just my pimp. This is my holy pimp. But as much as I joke, I do have a limp. And as far as the foreseen future, I don't see it going away unless the Most High take it away, because I'm limp in pain. Not only have I had the toes removed, so there's an imbalance there. More or less for the fact I lost the 3 main toes on this foot. But anyway, I too now have a testimony. And like I said before, I now know the value of sharing it. Because to see that fella, you would have never known he's been through what he's been through. And folks say that about me all the time. And a lot of times it's just the idea that maybe I had a twisted ankle or a sore foot or something like that. But never as severe as it was. So I would encourage us also today to share our testimonies, because as the text also says, that's how we overcome. By the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. But that's going to be my time for today. I've gone well over my set time. So stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.